welcome back to my channel, Getting Out of Your Comfort Zone. Today we are doing something that is definitely out of my comfort zone, cooking. I don't really like to cook, but now that Blake is in school full time, I'm kind of more responsible for dinner. He gets home a little bit later and he still has a lot of studying and stuff to do, so I want to take that off his plate and learn to cook. So I've been trying to learn how to cook, but it's still, I'm a very simple cook. I cook like chicken breasts, vegetables, potatoes, stuff like that. So I'm really trying to step out of my comfort zone to create something a little bit more fun for us to eat. It gets kind of boring when you're just eating the same three things over and over again. So I went to the grocery store and I got what is called like a meal prep box. So it has everything already ready for you in a box. It has all the ingredients. They're all measured out to exactly what you're gonna need. Some of them come like prepped and chopped, but the one that we got today from the grocery store did not. So I had to do some chopping myself, which you'll see that I don't have the best knife skills. Hopefully we're gonna get better because I'm gonna have to do this more often. I'm using these boxes kind of as a learning tool to kind of step out of the box and learn some different recipes, and then I can implement them later when I, just go to the grocery store and buy like meats and vegetables and stuff like that, so I can recreate them down the road. Now, some of them you can get subscriptions. I didn't really look into those because I know they can be really expensive, and our local grocery store has them, but they're kind of pricey. Like if you look at just getting like a thing of meat, like a thing of chicken breasts, or like 2 steaks, it's like maybe like $10, and we can stretch that out for like 3 or 4 meals. These boxes are a serving of 2 and they're like $25. Yes, everything comes prepped. Yes, it comes with a recipe, which is super helpful step by step, but like, is that really worth it? I just can't fathom, a week's worth of food spending $25 on one meal when I could probably do like a whole day and $25, which might be another video. So we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, today I'm just gonna do a little recording of the step-by-step and let you know if I think it's worth it or not. As always, please excuse my hair. It is a very humid day in Ohio, but let's jump into that video. So as I stated in my intro, this is a meal prep box that you can get at your local grocery store. I picked the sirloin mashed potato broccoli one because I have been craving a steak recently. So you can see that they have everything prepackaged for you, and all you have to do is prepare it and cook it. So we are opening all the ingredients and then I'm gonna start cooking. So what's really nice about all of these is they have step-by-step instructions that show you exactly what you have in your box, as well as each step to prep and cook everything specifically. The only thing that you really need out of your kitchen are your utensils, sometimes like salt and pepper and some oil. So we're gonna chop up some potatoes, get the steak going, and then I will show you guys the finished result. So first things first, you want to start with the thing that is going to take the longest, which is in the instructions that the potatoes need to boil, and then we're going to mash them later for the cheddar green onion mashed potatoes. So we're going to get that going, and then I will start prepping the steak. I also thankfully had green onions in my fridge. I like to use them a lot. Blake really doesn't like them, but the ones that they provided were super slimy and brown. So I just tossed those and went and grabbed my own. So after we put all the potatoes in, I started to heat up my pan and place my steaks down. I did the dry rub and some pepper on them. They told me to pat them down. They were really, really messy, so I didn't get that on camera. But the steaks were 2 different sizes, which in hindsight was really hard for cooking time. It said 4 minutes on one side and 4 minutes on the other side. The smaller one to the left ended up being basically a hockey puck, and the one on the right ended up being too rare, and I had to cook that again later. So after those cooked for a little bit, I was a little bit worried that I was overcooking them, so I eventually took them off after the 8 minutes, and I let them rest. Like I said earlier, the one on the right was really, really thick, so I had to put that back in the pan after I let them rest for a little bit. And then I'm just checking the potatoes, and we are going to start the broccoli. So you take out the steak, and then you add 2 tablespoons of water, and you're kind of just steaming the broccoli, and then later we're going to char them. Add a little bit of salt and pepper for some flavor, and those are all set to go. So I've checked my potatoes, they are nice and soft. So now we're just going to drain them and then put them in a glass container to start mashing them and putting our potatoes together. Unfortunately, the video that I did of that, it came out weird somehow, like it was like slow motion. So I don't have a video of putting all the ingredients together, but it was just sour cream, cheddar cheese, chili peppers, which I've never had before, and some green onions. But yeah, now everything is finally done and we are going to plate. So I put my steak down first. Blake's still cooking, so his gets sliced up later. But I put some potato salad down. Blake doesn't like cheddar cheese or green onions really, so I put it on mine and not his. So while Blake's steak finishes cooking up, I grabbed the steamed and charred broccoli. It was really good with just a little bit of salt and pepper, cooking it in the steak pan. It gave it a lot of great flavor. Yep, but once I cleaned that up, Blake's steak was finally finished. I placed that down, added a little bit more salt and pepper to everything, and dinner is served. Hey guys, so before I do my final review of the meal prep kit, just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's been watching, and for those of you who are watching and who are not subscribed, please click that subscribe button and like. It really helps me out to continue to create content for you all. So yeah, let's get into this final review. So dinner and dishes are complete. We just finished eating, and all in all, you know, it was a good meal. It was a nice, solid, meal. It filled us up to an extent. I'm starting to get hungry. It's been about an hour or two, and for Blake and myself, we are very, very active in the gym, and we have very high protein diets. So that size meat really doesn't work for us. I think that's really only the downfall is, like, yes, it's great because it gives you very specific size, portions, and it gives you all the, macros and nutrition and everything on the back, which is, really great when you're like counting your calories and just starting off and everything like that. Or if you just need a quick meal and you're not sure what to cook, being able to swing by the grocery store, grab something, and come home and cook it in 30 minutes, there's nothing wrong with that. For me personally, I really like the instructions. You can take a photo of the recipe, keep it for later, which is awesome. I love that. But there's also Google now where you can just look up recipes on your own. So for me personally, maybe I'll get them every now and again. Maybe there's one that sounds really good and I don't really know how to cook a specific, fish or like a noodle recipe or something like that, that, calls to me while I'm shopping in the grocery store. But all in all, it was smaller portions than we normally eat, like I said, with the protein amount, higher on the carb ratio, which we're normally kind of lower carb with our dinners. And it was just like fine. It was a fine meal. It wasn't anything too crazy. I really enjoy the other things that I've cooked in the past. So for me personally, I didn't really enjoy it. I don't think it's worth it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you have tried any of the HelloFresh or any of the orders that you can get the meal prep kits, you know, online or at your store. I'm always willing to try something new, as you can see, getting out of my comfort zone and trying cooking. But yeah, it was fine. Would I do it again? Probably not. But like I said, if something really calls to me while I'm shopping, sure, I'll probably grab it. But as always, if you have any suggestions on recipes or anything I should do for getting out of my comfort zone, always leave them in the comments. I will leave the recipe in the description, and I will see you guys next time. Okay, bye y'all.